Welcome to my January 10th Creating Photos and Videos episode. Okay, a new year, and that's when we typically set new challenges for ourselves, new goals for the year, and I'm way behind in getting this episode out to establish what my challenge is for 2019 to myself. That's what this episode is going to be about. And new challenges to myself in the area of making photos, taking photos, making images, recording videos, and just technology in general. Those are the things that I want to focus on in different ways. Not a whole lot different than last year, but putting a little bit more emphasis on certain things. First, a bit about my absence from YouTube. This is the first episode I'm getting out in almost a month plus, and there are a lot of reasons for it. First of all, I had some issues with recording. I had recorded some episodes that I wanted to publish before our Christmas holiday here in the United States, but the audio just wasn't up to quality. I was having some issues with that. And then I recorded again, and then I had some video issues. And then all of a sudden, Christmas and New Year's came, the holidays came, guests came, and my video recording kind of got pushed to the back burner in more ways than one. I continue to experiment with Cinemaker, and I've been playing with some new ways of using that app, but just generally I didn't make a recording that I felt I could publish. And I want to make sure that the quality that I do publish is good. But now I'm back, I hope, with at least one video a week as I was doing before. And a word of caution, don't let it slip. If you let 1 week slip, and then if you're trying to do one video a week, and then you let a second week slip, it gets easier to let the third week slip, and so on. And then you sort of fall. It's like walking. I'm going to walk every day, and then you don't walk for 3 days, and all of a sudden it's difficult to get back to walking, or whatever your choice for exercise or routine things is. It's a dilemma, so don't let it happen to you. And I'm trying not to let it happen to me again. I try to get videos out every Tuesday, but this off-schedule video is part of my restart. I'll have another one out next Tuesday for sure. Maybe I'll have another one in between this one and the one on Tuesday, because we're expecting some serious snow this weekend here in Central Virginia on the eastern coast of the United States. Okay, so to my challenges for 2019 to myself. First, photos. Every year for the last 3 years at least, and several years, I have had a daily photo challenge. It started out with I had to take the photo on that day that I published it. Then I got a little, I didn't like that. So I will collect photos, like we go on a trip and I'll have a whole bunch of photos that I really like, and I'll save them to share on Facebook and on Instagram and so on, one a day. And this last year, my challenge was to work with black and white. So I would take the images, whether with my iPhone or with my EM1, EM5, or my little Panasonic GM5. And then I would edit them, typically in Snapseed on my iPad or iPhone, and I would make them black and white. And so that was the challenge for last year. And this year I'm going to do pretty much the same thing. I love working with black and white. I love black and white pictures. And I really didn't, I was just taking pictures and I was turning them into black and white. I wasn't really thinking about black and white. So I'm starting out this year with and I'm going to take them with my EM5 Mark II, and I've got my EM5 Mark II set to capture RAW plus JPEG. And I set the picture style to monochrome. So what I see through the lens is actually black and white. So I'm seeing the world in black and white. And maybe that'll help me in seeing, this wouldn't really be such a good picture in black and white, or this would be great in black and white. And and there are conditions under which it's better sometimes in black and white than it is in color even. So, but I'm not going to limit myself to black and white this year. So there'll be times that I'll want to take an image that I made, and it just didn't look right in black and white, but because I've shot it in RAW, I have the color information as well, and I can pull out the color version of the same image. So that's my photo challenge for myself this year. So the next topic, video recording. I am really, really enthralled with what you can do with smartphones today to make decent video. And I just had an opportunity to work with doing some video editing for a local college here. And so they had recorded all these lectures of faculty members with an iPhone. And so I edited them actually with LumaFusion on my iPad. And as a result of that particular job, I was able to buy a new iPad, the 12.9, the new 2018 12.9. And that extra screen space is really nice. And I'll talk about that in a future episode. But I'm also really interested in doing video recording in different ways. And Cinemaker, which I've mentioned several times in the last couple episodes, is something I've really been working with. And I'm really excited about the possibilities of being a one-man band and being able to control up to 4 cameras. The next step is for me to get my EM5 Mark II to work in that little 4-camera network. Right now I'm just using 2 iPhones and a small iPad mini and then my iPad Pro to kind of run the show, if you will. So I'm going to play more with that. I'm going to experiment more with that, and I'm going to look at different ways to use it besides just sitting here and having several different angles on myself. I want to expand on my learning photography videos on my YouTube channel, and I want to take videos using multi-camera approaches, or multi-camera views rather, and see how I can, kind of mimicking what Mike Brown does from Great Britain, but with several different camera views without my having to go and move the camera. So I think that'd be kind of cool. I had a 360, and the 360 I think lends itself very nicely to this, but I actually decided, as I think I mentioned before, to sell the 360, and it's sold. I don't own it anymore. I may get another one sometime down the road, but for right now I'm focusing on using multiple iOS devices and possibly one camera to get that multi-camera experience in recording. So that's my video challenge for myself this year. In addition to working with the iOS devices, I pulled my drone out, which I haven't used for probably 6 months. Pulled my drone out after Christmas and fired up the batteries and got them all charged, and was going to use them for a family event which I ended up missing because they started the event earlier than I thought they were. But it made me remember that I just haven't used this drone. So I want to look at how the drone really can fit into my video recording. I need to use it more, and if I don't use it, then I'll stick to my guns and I'll sell it, because it's no use having it if I'm not using it. And the other item there is gimbals, and I've talked about gimbals a lot. I have the Crane M, which will work with cameras as well as smartphones, and I still have my Smooth Q gimbal, and it works really nicely with my new XS iPhone. So I need to use those more. I know, I've said that many times. I need to do this or I need to do that. I really do, and I do plan to. That's my challenge. And that's, in the video recording arena, that's what I'm looking forward to this year. As far as my third area, technology, as far as that goes, as I mentioned just a minute ago, recently got a job to edit 12 videos for a local college. And that showed me that, number one, I need to learn how to be more efficient with LumaFusion, and I need to learn how to take advantage of all its capabilities, because I really just scratched the surface. Even though it's a mobile editing device, it's an incredible little piece of software. And editing on my iPad Pro 10.5 was a dream, really. It was very easy, and it was fun. And as I said, I ended up selling I haven't sold the 10.5 yet, so if you're interested, it's on eBay. But I am selling that and using some of the money I earned from this job to buy the 12.9. In fact, I've already bought it and I have it. And it's amazing, just that little extra space, what difference it makes. So in the technology arena, my challenge to myself is to improve my editing skills, both with video and with photos. I'm looking at Luminar in the hopes of maybe being able to leave Lightroom behind, because what really happened in 2018 is I edited probably 90% of my photos, if not more than that, using Snapseed on my iPad. So Lightroom's handy to me because it's on my mobile device, it's on my desktop, it's in the cloud, and photos just float between them all. And so I need to look at, really, is that something, do I need to stick with Lightroom, or is Luminar a program that I need, or do I need any of those programs, because I wasn't using them that much in 2018. And then other technology things, just like this whole thing with Cinemaker, just trying to figure out how I can make a local network of these cameras or of these iOS devices and a camera to do multi-camera video productions. So a variety of things. So working on my photos, having the daily photo challenge to myself again this year, focusing on black and white, but not being limited to black and white. And then video recording, especially working with Cinemaker, looking at different ways to record my episodes for creating photos and videos, and looking for more creative ways to record my learning photography videos, because I want to add to that library of possible videos. And then thirdly, technology itself, which comes back to Cinemaker, it comes back to a variety of things with the software and of photos and video. But just really, again, continuing to learn. I love to learn, and we all need to make sure that we're always learning. Keeps the brain going, and that's good. So I am glad I finally made this recording, and I'm going to get it out, and I'm back on task. And so I'll see you in the next video, which won't be very long from now. Thank you very much for checking in. And hey, hit that like button if you find what I'm working on interesting and useful to you. I've had several new subscribers in the last month when I wasn't even publishing anything. So if you're a new subscriber, this is not normal that I don't publish something every week. So look forward to having you join me, usually on Tuesdays when I publish a new episode. And perhaps because of these other things that I'm working on, I'll put a couple extra things out in some weeks. So again, thanks for checking in. Goodbye.